Welcome back to Vintage Vera Bradley. Well, this is a follow-up to yesterday's video about the buckle bag. And I wore this one out grocery shopping today, and my alteration to the pocket where I can slide my cell phone, I took some stitches out and made it where I can slide my cell phone in there, was fabulous. What didn't quite work well for me was the strap length. I measured it myself yesterday and it was just a little shy of 50 inches. And I was like, man, I'll try and make it work. But I wore it, but I was like, just constantly kind of bugged me. That's really not the length I like of straps. So when I got home and got my groceries put away, I unloaded my bag and took a look at how the strap was attached. And then I did some surgery. And I ended up gaining almost 6 inches in strap length by doing this, because I will only wear this as a crossbody. So let me show you what the strap attachment, because I also have a buckle bag in Anastasia. And side note, how you know this is a buckle bag: when you see it online, look for how the strap is. See how it's attached straight? It's a straight, flat strap. It's attached down below, like almost even with where the pockets are, is where the strap attaches, and comes up straight and straight on the other side. So just because it has the 2 front slip pockets on the front doesn't mean it's a Spectator. Someone was arguing online about that I was wrong, and I'm like, I rarely insist that I'm right, but I found the information on the Vera Bradley website, so I knew I had identified it correctly. But I could see the point of confusion because there's 2 pockets here, and the Spectator has 2 pockets. But look at the difference in how the strap is configured, okay? See these wings, how it flares out, and it's poofy right here. So the strap is attached to these poofy pieces up above. So if you're looking online and want to tell the difference between these, if you see something with these wings and pockets, that's a Spectator. If you see something that has the 2 pockets, but it's shaped more rectangular and the attachments are down low like this and they're flat, there's no winging, then this is a buckle bag. So buckle bag versus Spectator. And that Spectator's in Seaport Navy. Okay, so what I did, when I got home and got my groceries put away, is I took a look at this configuration. I'm like, man, that's a lot of wasted fabric there, and you can't push it further down because it's too bulky. And so I decided, you know what? I'm doing these just for me. I'm not going to be reselling them. I only wear them as crossbodies. I'm going to take it apart and resew it. It actually was pretty easy. So I'll show you what I ended up with. I ended up removing, okay, see how this has 2 buckles, those faux tortoise? I removed the second one over here. So I'm left with just 1 buckle, and undid this fabric and then just hand sewed it to reattach. And now, instead of being right at 50 inches as it comes, I just measured it after I redid that, and I'll show you. I gained almost 6 inches in strap length, and now it hits me in the perfect spot. All right. Okay, so that, let me see if I can, see, look at that. Yay! And all I needed was a seam ripper, a needle, and thread. That's all I needed in order to do this. So I've now created a 50 close to 56-inch strap that hits me down on the hip like I like a crossbody to hit. So I'm going to show you, anyone who wants to hang in here and see how I actually deconstruct this, because once I did that one, I was like, oh, I want my Anastasia one to be the same way. So this may be a little bit longer video, but for anyone who is interested in how I did this, I just very carefully, take my glasses off so I can see better up close. Very carefully, once you get it kind of going, then it's easier. There we go. I just was very careful in doing it because I didn't want to damage the vintage fabric. Let's see how I'm going underneath and getting those stitches. So I'm going to go off camera because I don't think everyone wants to see me actually pull out every stitch, but I'll come back and show you what it looks like once I get this off of here. All right, that didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take, maybe like a minute or two. I have some threads I need to clean up here, but okay, so I have this part free now. And so I'm just going to, you have to go underneath. I have no idea why they did this way. It just seemed like a waste of strap. I'm glad that there was all that strap because then I was able to reattach it. Okay, so you fish this part out and then pull that part out. And then, okay, so it's totally off. So now I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna save these because I might need to replace one day or something. All right, so then I'm just gonna feed that through, make sure it's facing the right direction. Okay, so see all of this? All of that was what was bunched up in there. See, I'm gaining all of that strap length. All right, so I'm gonna fold that end where it naturally was folded before, and then I'm going to fold it over like this. Okay, so see that cut edge end is still hidden because I was worried about that, so that's still hidden. And then I'm just going to take my needle and thread and stitch this back together. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back on and show you the finished product. Alrighty, surgery is complete, and I am happy to report that the Vera Bradley patient buckle bag survived. So it's on there firm. You can tell. See, I've hand stitched all around that, and that's not going anywhere. And you can't even really tell unless you had another buckle bag to compare it to and going, where's the second buckle? But for me, I only wear these crossbody, so now they both have this nice long, close to 56-inch strap. So my next patient, this kind of has the same thing going on here. So I'm thinking I'm probably gonna do this to my 2 Spectator bags too. I may come back and show you what that looks like. All right, well that one was a lot more challenging to get seam ripped because they used very tight stitching and an X, but I got her done. So I'm going to do the same thing where I unfish this through here and reattach it. All right, so here's the end result of all my sewing yesterday. I Did the same thing to the strap here on my Spectator in Seaport Navy. So you can see where I hand stitched. And again, you can't really tell, you wouldn't really notice unless you knew what to look for, that they're no longer a second buckle. So this one, I probably could have gotten even closer. This one I gained about 3.75 inches. On my other Spectator, my Chocolat, I gained 4.5 inches because I did this a lot closer right there. But again, just hand stitched. And so I may end up redoing this one to gain that extra inch. And then another look here at my 2 buckle bags. There's the one in Red Bandana and one in Anastasia. On both of these, I gained right at 6 inches in strap length. So hope this helps. Just be patient, go slowly so you don't accidentally damage fabric. And all I needed was a seam ripper, a needle and thread, to match. Thankfully I had thread already on hand that matched these bags. And a thimble would be helpful to get through those really thick parts.